Hey there! Welcome to the Dark Psychology World channel. Ever thought about what your handwriting might say about you? It's been said since ancient times that a person's words reflect their character. This idea extends to handwriting, suggesting that the way you write can reveal aspects of your personality. Intriguing, right? Let's dive into this fascinating world of graphology, also known as the psychology of handwriting. This practice has roots in both the East and the West. The earliest Western mention of graphology dates back to 1622 by Italian philosopher and physician Camillo Baldi. He wrote the first book discussing the relationship between handwriting and personality. Fast forward to today, modern graphology has evolved significantly. Western graphologists have applied theories from Freud's psychoanalysis, Adler's individual psychology, Jung's psychological types, and more. They've identified over 300 handwriting characteristics related to mentality, such as writing speed, pen pressure, font size, direction, layout form, continuity, and motion. Different combinations of these traits can illustrate different personality psychologies. Some might mistake graphology for fortune-telling or horoscope reading, but they're not the same. Graphology is a theoretical study that has been extensively researched. It's a way for people to express their thoughts and feelings, much like body language. For instance, when you're happy and excited, your body movements are naturally strong and powerful. On the other hand, when you're sad or depressed, you might lower your head, a clear sign of sadness. So, what does your handwriting say about your personality? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this topic. Remember to watch till the end. Let's get started. Just like notes, handwriting is a natural expression of the brain's subconscious mind. But from a physiological perspective, writing isn't an inherent human skill like speaking. It's something we start practicing from a young age, a process that requires memorization and practice. Everyone's physiological structure is different, which leads to variations in handwriting. Studies have found that although writing doesn't come naturally, there's a certain relationship between handwriting and heredity. Siblings or parents who are closely related may have different specific characteristics like font size and intensity, but some aspects of their handwriting, like structure and stroke rhythm, have striking similarities. This is especially true for individuals with similar personalities or twins. This suggests that handwriting, to a certain extent, is hereditary and can reflect a person's nature and health. Wilhelm Preyer, a psychology professor at the University of Jena, proposed the hypothesis that the brain determines handwriting. In other words, handwriting is actually the brain writing. This was further proven by a study of individuals who lost their arms and wrote with a pen held by their mouth or feet. Their handwriting features didn't change, indicating that handwriting is a sex note. In the field of psychological counseling, handwriting analysis can help a person understand their own temperament or that of others, potential abilities, way of thinking, or hobbies. There are many examples of this. For instance, a female doctor in the US who wanted to find a partner quickly placed a marriage ad in the local newspaper. She received 150 application letters but was overwhelmed by the choices. She sought the help of Keith Waite, a famous graphologist who analyzed the handwriting on the applications and eliminated those who were too selfish, prone to cheating, alcoholism, drug use, and other bad habits. As a result, the doctor found her ideal husband. In another case, a U.S. auto parts company found a lot of parts missing at the end of each year, resulting in a loss of nearly $1 million. They suspected an internal employee was responsible but couldn't find any evidence. They called on graphologist Andrea McNichol for help. After studying the handwriting of all the staff, Andrea confirmed that the deputy general manager of the company was the mastermind behind the theft. The police later arrested him on the spot when he was reselling the stolen goods. Handwriting can also be used to analyze workplace love crimes or illnesses. In some places, there are even note-taking experts who specialize in such cases. However, it's important to note that handwriting analysis and handwriting identification are not the same thing. Handwriting identification is used to figure out who wrote a particular piece of text. It's mainly used to identify the person behind the writing. On the other hand, handwriting analysis provides insights into the writer's personality and mental state. It has a wider range of applications. Handwriting analysis considers factors like font size, slope, spacing, and line formatting. It's a complex field and can't be fully explained in just a few words. Otherwise, it would be no different from those generic zodiac analyses you see on the market. But let's give you a general idea. Firstly, font size. In the Western alphabet, letters like C, E, O, U, etc. don't extend upward or downward, so they're used to judge font size. This represents the magnitude of a person's thought expression behavior. People with large handwriting tend to be bold risk-takers who often overlook details and don't sweat the small stuff. Those with small handwriting are more focused and detail-oriented, but they often hesitate and struggle with decision-making. People with medium-sized handwriting, which is about 70% of people, usually act according to social norms, follow traditions, and avoid extremes. Secondly, the tilt of the handwriting. The slant of the letters reflects a person's emotional control pattern. Most Westerners write with a slant, which corresponds to their tendency to express their emotions when facing problems. Vertical handwriting indicates a calmer, more rational person who is good at reasoning and interested in scientific activities. Right-leaning handwriting suggests a more emotional, passionate, and impulsive character. Left-leaning handwriting indicates introversion, self-restraint, and a tendency to self-deny. Lastly, the spacing of the font. The distance between words and lines can be used to analyze a person's need for spatial distance and their thinking pattern when handling and arranging things. Clear and moderate separation between words shows clear thinking and the ability to discern motives and judge. If words are clearly separated but there are connected and crossed strokes, it indicates unclear thinking. Interpersonal relationships can be tricky, and the way we handle them can easily lead to conflicts. Some of us are introverted and conservative, needing more personal space and tending to be self-protective. On the other hand, some of us are extroverted and sociable, less defensive about others, and can't stand being alone. Now, let's talk about the format of your handwriting. Is it straight, or does it curve up and down? Or maybe it's wavy? The style of your handwriting can reveal a lot about your personality and mental state. People with straight handwriting usually have clear goals, are patient, and have good emotional stability. They're suitable for meticulous work. If your handwriting gradually rises, it might indicate a positive spirit and fighting spirit. However, if it's too inclined, it could display manic moods and eccentricities. Handwriting that gradually descends might indicate a casual, pessimistic, and negative mood. It could suggest emotional instability, depression, and a lack of patience and endurance. If your handwriting arches upward, it might suggest an explosive personality but lacks durability. If it's wavy, it might indicate psychological instability and mood swings. Remember, these are just the main parts of handwriting analysis. There are many more factors to consider, like the tools used, the purpose of writing, and the emotional thoughts while writing. The biggest impact is the purpose of writing. Do you want to write it for others to read or to read it yourself? Analyzing handwriting requires a lot of learning to master the skill. It's important to use a longer paragraph to analyze, identify multiple features, and combine them into a whole. It's not just a few words written that can be used to judge. While graphology has its own system, some people still think that graphology is a pseudoscience. There is currently controversy over this analysis. My main purpose here is not to teach you how to analyze, but to share with everyone that there is such a thing as graphology. So, will graphology be useful to you? Or do you have more interesting discoveries? Leave a message below. Don't rush off, here are 2 videos you might also like. If you think this episode is good, give it a thumbs up. You can also share these interesting knowledge with your family and friends. Press the subscribe bell and I will notify you when there are new videos in the next episode. Welcome to Dark Psychology World Channel. See you in the next video.